Alright guys, we are doing a Warfront today. Because who doesn't want to go and take back Stromgarde for the Alliance? I know I do. So initially we parachute down here, they destroyed everything. This pesky horde. Now you start off with a couple of random NPCs, and then you have this guy here, Veteran Reaver Prom Shock, top hero for the group. Get some big casts in there, start working my way up the meter. There's some people out there doubting Elemental's viability. Everything works, guys. Every spec and class plays well enough to get by right now. Will I be the top of the meter? Probably not. But, it definitely works better than people give it credit for. Alright, so there I have an exposed elements buff, so my next lightning bolt hits harder. Lava burst, of course, being the bulk of my damage still. Alright, so now that we've taken that, we get to steal this flag here. Reclaim Stromgarde. Someone else is getting that already, so in the meantime, we're going to go and head down the way here. So here you have two options. You can either go off to the right and get yourself the mine, or you can head to the left and you can pick up the axes and start getting some lumber. I tend to go lumber just because it's a little easier to do, honestly. Now, every area you go to capture here on the map, which I'll bring it up here. So you've got the Highlands Mill, Valor Call Pass, Galson's Lode, Circle of Elements, Northwold Crossing, the High Perch, Newsted, and of course the Horde base of, if I can get it to pop up there, Argrok. So you have to kill an elite at every single one so that you can actually reclaim the spot. Alright, so I need someone to reclaim the flag. Looks like one of those paladins is going to go for it. We have a warrior and a paladin there. So it's this axe here that you get after you've completed the initial quest. And then it lets you go over to any of these trees that have this interact icon you may recognize from Draenor to knock down some trees, get some lumber. And I got 19 wood, which is reflected over here on the interface. And of course, that's a standard thing. That's not added with LBY or anything. When you're fighting, when you're gathering the trees here, you actually have a chance to get Angry Treants, which is pretty cool. The Angry Treants, when you kill them, it gives loot to everybody around it. It's some extra wood. So it's kind of like the plants you could get whenever you were herbing in Draenor. You'd get, like, you know, little guys that attacked you. Basically the same thing. So there's a lot from Draenor that's come back here that worked really well then. And I'm glad they're not just, you know, tossing that to the wind. So rather than fighting Horde, of course, we are just getting trees because we need this lumber to rebuild our base. Without rebuilding the base, there's no way we can ever take any of this back. Oh, there's a Treant. Hopefully the Treant will give us exactly 16. Probably won't, but we'll see. He gave us 15, so that we need one more piece of lumber. So some on the ground here, there should be... Here we go, a little stack of wood, pile of wood. This gives you a very small amount. It's between 3 and 5, and that'll put us at our 100 cap. Now since we have 100, we'll head back to base now. and we're going to go and add this to one of the buildings as a, essentially it's like a supply work order, kind of. We just give the resources towards the building, and then our peasants? Yeah, peasants, because that's what it is in Warcraft 3. Our peasants will then go ahead and, ooh, bunch of horde at the front gates. A little scary. Alright, so our peasants will actually build the buildings for us, so just like in Warcraft 3, we just have to get the resources together. So initially here, we are building the barracks. Alright, so we've got the barracks. So we can skip that for right now, since we got that one already. And then from there, we have our armory and our altar of kings. First thing we want to go for, of course, is the armory. The armory gives us upgrades for our troops. I'm going to contribute all 100 lumber here, so you just click this contribute button. Starts at 140. So I click that 10 times there, down to 40 required to build the armory, and we're out of lumber. So now we can go gather some more here while we initially build up. Oh, I can't loot that yet, there's not enough in it. Oh, that's a 3-star assault force. So they are coming right in here at our front gate. So rather than go out and gather right now, we're going to go straight to that battle, because they're going to need all the DPS they can get out there. A 3-star attack wave is no joke. Without a tank, it is... Oh geez, there it is. Alright, so we're going to back up, because we're going to need some troops to help us here. Okay, so we actually have a tank. Let's drop a stun totem there, and let's get some chain lightning going on. Let's cleave it all down. Now this Witch Doctor here is the most annoying enemy. You want to make sure they are gone right away. Then you just have the Grizzled Veteran. And the Grizzled Veterans are like the... They're like the little commander of the squad. They actually get a stacking buff where the more mobs they have near them, the stronger they are. So you want to kill everything around them to make them kind of not as threatening. Alright. So now we're done there, we're going to move up here. We're just going to stay with this tank and give him a hand. This here's Warbringer Koroth is actually, it's actually the mob that whenever he dies, this flag will become interactive. So we're going to come over here and get it real quick. And then we'll take back our first spot. So there we go. So that brought out our elite and all of our troops here to help us defend. So we've successfully pushed forward at Valor Call Pass. So it looks like we actually ended up getting the armory already, which is awesome. And we have a tank up here going away, so we're going to give them a hand. Let's just give them a hand and chain lightning in there. Drop another Earthquake. Earthquake does a ton of damage out here, just because there's so many mobs. And here's another big group, Grizzled Veteran in there. We're going to focus on him and just kind of chain off of him. Drop that Liquid Magma Totem. You'll see everything there just melted. Looks like the Demon Hunter got some good procs. Okay, another random mob. Looks like we're going to try to push up into High Perch now. We have a troop wave coming in from there because we got our barracks up. Another 3-star assault force there. Now, Rock Stoneblood up here, he is the boss that holds High Perch. He's a hunter, and he does a ton of damage. So you got to make sure you have a healer with you for sure, because without it, it's going to sting quite a bit. Barrage is something you're going to have to avoid. He just kind of channels that in one direction. We got at least 3 targets there, so we'll chain lightning once or twice. And then continue single targeting. Okay, another wave's coming in, so more chain lightning. More earthquake, more chain lightning. I'm not doing a good job of keeping up my my flame shock here. I'm used to using a weak aura to track that. Even though I've got it shown like 3 places on my screen, I still just randomly don't see it. Alright, so it looks like we're going to take high perch here. This is one of the easier spots to take. Alright, so we got a ton of our NPCs up here to help us. So they're going to clear this out. Alright, now we've got our Altar of Kings.
Some rather large and hostile wildlife has wandered onto the field.
Oh, Ragebeak's up. I don't know if we're going to go over there and get him or not. It looks like they really just want to push down the center, but pushing down the center is not something you want to do. You want to take the other sides because they open up other troops for you. But we're going to stick with the tank regardless, even though we probably shouldn't. Okay, let's see. Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? Alright, so these here are just troops that are going forward. There's 1 or 2 people watching them. Looks like we have one guy going over here to newsted. So let's go over to new... Ooh, that's a horde attack wave. We should go down there and help with that first. Alright, we'll get him off of us first. Those riflemen are going to take care of him. I got far enough way I can mount up again. Man, they're sending some really heavy assault forces out here. We're going to heal up our prop paladin friend here. And we're going to chain lightning a bit. These things have a lot of health. Normally you would have more than one DPSer. Right now it's literally just myself and a prop paladin. Alright, try to get another flame shock up. Drop a quake. Quake's good at 2 targets. I want to kill that totem as soon as it comes up. There's another attack wave coming in. This champion just has a ton of HP. But we can definitely deal with most of these here with just some chain lightning spam. Oh, we've got demolishers incoming. That's bad. Drop our AoE, and let's just go to town chain lightning spamming here. Demolishers are actually the most dangerous things that can come out here. Whenever they die, they drop a bunch of bombs. There we go. Whew, alright, we finally got rid of those waves. That was a lot of stuff that came over here. A lot of mobs. Alright, so looks like we have a battle going on over here at Newsted. We're going to head over that direction. It's really important you try to stay with your group, or at the very least support where they're assaulting. If you don't, you're going to end up missing out on a ton. So looks like we already did take this here. The flag's active. There's probably somebody on it already, I'd assume. Yep. And we're going to go over here and fight Ragebeak. There's a couple people over there fighting it already. So Ragebeak is one of the rare spawns out here. Whenever he pops up in a Warfront, I'm not really sure what he gives. I think it's a... I think it's just a buff you get whenever you kill him. So it makes you do more damage and healing and have more HP. Want to interrupt Star Shower if you have the opportunity to. There we go. We beat him up. And we got 1 stack of Bristling Power. We get 10% damage, healing done, and health increase. Goes up to 4 times. Alright, so from here we're going to go help with the Assault Force, and then we're going to probably head over there to Circle of Elements and take that as well. So with Newsted, you get Knights. Knights will help you basically just maintain your dominance. I mean, they are crazy strong. They're the most powerful unit you can get as far as attack damage goes. There's a ton of mobs out here. Stun Toad. Let's drop a Tremor. Drop our Liquid Magma. Just try to help everything out here. Champion Raider is our most dangerous mob here. Raider is the Horde equivalent of a Knight. And there we got an Empowerment. Getting lucky with a string of Earth Shocks there, with Aftershock, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So there, we got that taken care of. We have 2 people here riding on Elix. Those Elix are very, very powerful for breaking through the enemy line. Haven't seen many of them most of the time, but they're super powerful. They're definitely something you want to have in your group at some point. But not everyone, of course, needs to get them, because without the other things you can get, the Water Elemental and everything else like that, there's siege engines you have to build. The siege engines you do not directly control, but that's okay. So I'm going to go inside here, I'm going to get myself some troops. Here comes our next siege engines. Collect my iron from the iron stores. Let's go get some troops here. Because we have Newsted, we're going to go ahead and grab a Knight.
What can I do for you?
Because we have plenty of resources, we're going to get a 2nd Knight. 3rd Knight. Because we can, and then a Footman. Okay, it doesn't let me get a Footman, so instead we just have... Oh, it only gave me 2 Knights. Well, that's alright. 2 Knights is better than none. Yeah. Now, normally these cost 50 with Muradin being our commander here. I believe it's Muradin. We get a reduced cost on Knights for some reason. I thought it was the Hunters, like the Dwarf Hunter guys, but I guess not. So we're going to go help over here at Circle of the Elements.
Some of our Alliance forces have been captured.
Now this here is the Spirit of Fire. It's the same rare you'll find out here in the zone after the event's over. It does still have the basically damage requirement. Whenever it reaches a certain HP point, it'll actually go and start Here's the Apocalypse. If we do not kill it before the cast is up, it will reset its HP to full. And it looks like it may reset its HP to full here. And there it did, yep. It rebirthed. Oh no, we have a full Sunwalker pack coming in now too. Oh, this is very, very bad. Okay, we're gonna drop that down. Oh boy. Yeah, we need these Alex to help out here. There we go. Yep, not gonna happen again. Alright, so we got a good number of DPS out here. Whenever it gets down to about 40%, I'm going to pop Hero. Because if we don't kill this thing, we're just going to be here forever wasting time. Alright, here looks good. We're popping Hero. Screw it. Wow, servers are super laggy right now. What the hell? Alright, now that time we did get it, thankfully. Thank goodness. If that hadn't gone that... we hadn't gotten it that time, I was going to be really upset. Alright, so we got him down now. There's hostages that are in this cave. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to them, though. Because without a tank, those are pretty difficult to get to as well. Alright, so from here we have every location. So now we just need to defend our pathing heading up to the Horde base so we can take it. Just in case you haven't figured this out yet, these are just NPCs. There are no Horde players in this at all. This is totally PvE content. That is just, you know, skinned and set up to, you know, give the illusion of PvP. Drop that stun totem down. Drop our AoE totem. Now I'm doing a ton of damage here, and that's only because there's so many mobs to AoE with Earthquake and Liquid Magma Totem. So, you know, don't take this as indicative of, you know, what typical damage is, because it definitely isn't. You know, typical damage in a standard, like a standard dungeon is obviously significantly lower. I've got crazy buffs out here in this event, which makes up for lack of gear, which makes these great as a way to gear up your ults whenever they come up. Okay, we'll take care of that. Pop our Earth Elemental and help out here. We don't have a tank, it seems, so we're going to take care of the Sunwalker champion. This Grizzled Veteran, of course, has 50% more damage and takes less damage right now because this champion is active. There you go. Now that champion's just going to fall over. Excellent. Alright, so I have lost my knights. They died in that wonderful assault of that wonderful elemental that I just, you know, wish didn't exist, but it does. Yeah, we're getting some good lag here. Just kind of what happens with these. We gotta take out these war machines. Once those war machines are dead, all the little mobs supporting them fall over. Looks like we already got the other one here, so we're just waiting on... I think it's Grelza... Yeah, Grelza Blood Fury. Grezla, rather. So this is the boss here. We just gotta blow her up. Good bit of our teams here. Most of them are... Looks like they fell back probably to get buffs and troops. Pop our Fire Elemental. Drop our AoE Totem. See, we've got a bunch of troop waves coming in here. So our group's already taking this banner. As soon as that banner is taken, which I'm going to start taking it from back here so that hopefully one of us gets it. We don't get another... There we go. No bombardment. Good, good, good. Alright, so now our siege engines are going to move forward from the base above. Alright, so from here, we basically just get to wait until our siege engines destroy that gate. It's at this point that normally you would want to go ahead and head back to base if you don't have any of your troops with you. If they died off, you can go to the mine and max out your iron so you can get more troops, which is a good idea. Because the more troops you have, the better off you are. So I'm going to head over to the mine real quick. I already have about 100 or so banked up. You just gain passively. Your peons get that for you. Peons, I mean peasants, Alliance Horde, etc. But the workers, based on the level of your buildings, automatically generate some of it for you. So I'm going to head down here. There's sometimes mine carts you can pick up. They have like 40 or so of the resource in them. It looks like none are up outside. So we're going to head into the mine itself. Because I want to have enough that I can pick up 2 knights, a priest, and a rifleman. And if I remember the costing correctly, that's going to be like 170-ish. Is what it should be. Alright, so here we see the minecart. This is just an iron cart. You walk up to it, you click on it. You'll gather it like any other gathering. And it gave me 37 iron. So now I'm up to 57. I have 124 back. So I'm actually almost done in here because of how much is sitting back in the box in the base. These mobs in here have a lot of HP. A lot more than I thought they did. Also, it is a little laggy today, so that's probably why. Alright, so this point here, I've got almost 200 just from getting that one cart, the passive stuff, and that one kobold I killed. So now I'm going to head out of the mine, head back into the base, and we're going to make sure that I have my troops, and then we're going to head back to the front line. The biggest thing you have to do is make sure that these attack waves that are coming in, that they don't take your towns. If they take newsted, we will actually lose the ability to make knights. And then our troop waves heading into the horde base will be nowhere near as strong. Another 3-star assault force has been deployed. It's coming right out the front gate, it looks like. Good. Somebody's running interference over there at newsted. Even just one person running interference is typically enough with the NPCs. You just kind of have to give them a little bit of a boost. Alright, so it looks like all of our weapons are maxed out right now. There's no further research, so our gatherers have been doing amazing. Oh, the gate's down. Alright, so we're going to very, very quickly buy our troops, and then we are heading straight over to the final battle. Alright, so there we go. I've got 2 knights, a rifleman, and I've got that. So we're just going to head straight over there. Northfold Crossing is under attack, which is our... It's where we're at right before the base. So we're just going to ride forward as quickly as possible here. Because now we can just go straight up the middle. It's just going to spam Northfold Crossing is under attack while our guy is being attacked, which is super annoying. I'm guessing that's probably a bug. It's not really supposed to do that, I don't think. Alright, so Lieutenant Valen is safe. And it looks like our group is moving into the base. So once we get into the base here, it is literally just us versus, at this point, Atrig and whatever troops Atrig still has. Excuse the frame rate is going to drop significantly here. There's just so much going on. Alright, so we're going to drop that. We're going to find Atrig. We're going to get a dot up on him. He's going to do a Haymaker, going to Blood Ravager. We're going to drop a Totem. Oh, he moved. He should come back to where he was and getting some damage in on him. And now it's just a DPS down. You want to try not to be in front of him. It's pretty hard not to be in front of him, though, because of what he does. He drops axes on the ground, so you've got to get out of those. They do a ton of damage. And basically the only way anybody stays alive in this is because you have actual people playing heal specs in these. He does a shockwave. And now he's just going to fall over dead, because like I said, the whole group's here, more or less. Which is awesome. And there we go, we won. So I got 7th Legionnaire's legs. They are 340 legs. I'm not showing up here in this victory screen like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to be right here where I'm circling. Definitely a bug. So I got 340 legs just for completing it, which is the equivalent of standard mythic gear. Alright, so now we're back in Borealis, and because I had a weekly quest, I'm going to walk down here to this guy. He has a wonderful orange thing here, Ralston Karn, and he's going to give us a 750 artifact power thing for our weapon, as well as a 370 item piece. Let's see what I get. And I got 7th Legion Cincher, 370 belt, to replace my 360 belt I got last week. So, you know, not super impressive, not really excited for that, honestly. I already have 340 legs, too. Would have loved a weapon, but that's alright. So we'll swap that belt on there. Don't need the legs, of course. But that was a Warfront. They're honestly really, really fun. I really enjoy them. Does take about 30 minutes or so if you're being pretty efficient at it. In general, Warfronts are going to be a great way to gear up. Every time you clear that, you get a 340 piece. So whenever these are active, if you need random pieces of gear, definitely go with it. They're totally worth running. They're totally worth spamming. If they change that when it moves into live, I'll be very sad because it's a very limited time thing, and the transmog sets are so cool looking. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time.